Welcome to this episode of the Jim and Shelby Show, All Things Print Podcast. I'm Jim Raffle.
And I am Shelby Sakusik, and we are here in Nashville. UV Energize, put on by PDS Equipment.
It's been we're filming the intro a little bit towards the end of the show, and it's been a great 3 days.
It really has.
A couple hours left of the show, but it's been amazing. We got here Tuesday. We were both involved in separate educational sessions.
Right.
Mine focused on artificial intelligence and design with Carissa from Mamaki.
Yes.
You were...
I was working with Michael Gass of PDS Equipment, and we were talking about color management within Rasterlink, which is the RIP that Mamaki uses primarily.
And we both had rooms of 200 people. It was insane. Yeah, it really was.
There's probably, 400 people here, I would say?
There's about 400 people here, and the whole point of UV Energize is education and community.
Right.
Those two things. And yeah, there's some selling that goes on here, but that's really, it's secondary to the educational sessions,
really
the social events for networking. So Tuesday night there was the kickoff event at Whiskey Bench.
Yes.
Some great live country music.
Yep.
Fiddler, electric fiddle.
Fun,
and the fiddle was definitely the theme, as you'll see. Hopefully what we'll get Jake to do is at the end you'll see some scenes from the party with two amazing fiddlers. So that was we had a very busy day yesterday.
Yep.
Sold out of all our mixed equipment that we brought along, which you can. The table's empty. I think there's one instrument over there on the corner, and then there was a party, a wrap-up party on the 27th floor.
It was a customer appreciation party last night. Yeah.
And there were two more fiddlers, and hopefully we'll roll out with that at the very end. And in between, just busy, right? I mean.
Yep, and we were very happy that we had Danielle Rich with us from Nick
Got
Sensor.
An interview with her coming up.
Yeah. She really helped us out, answered some questions about the Nick Sensor, more technical questions than we would be able to get into, I think.
You'll get a full tour of the show, like we did last year.
Yep.
And we've got a surprise interview that I can't tell you who it is.
All right.
Let's
get to it.
Let's do it. All right, we are here at the Westin in downtown Nashville for PDS Energize. Let's take a walk down. So you can see we've got some lenticular printing here. Hopefully you can see that. What we did is we turned they turned this entryway into a gallery that's really amazing. All kinds of different UV print examples on both sides as you walk in. And, getting you guys ready for our next episode, we will be at the Ghost Lounge at Palms next week in Las Vegas. And we also made a print for this show, UV Energize. That's Broadway in Nashville, all created with AI. Got an entryway. It looks empty right now because like 400 people are downstairs in the Gulch conference room having a town hall with Mamaki. They do a great job setting up a beverage service and snacks occasionally. They've got learning stations out here in the lobby. Once you come in, we've got vendors everywhere. Everything from software to financing. These weird color control people over here. JDS is always here. Top quality blanks. Installs some of the best heat presses in the business, and a lot of other things. We've got Trotter engravers. Wards. A lot of printers. How you doing? More lasers. Carissa from Mamaki. A lot of people use UV now to create jewelry, so these guys have jewelry blanks. It's really cool stuff. PDS dog. Hey, let's say hi to the dog. Come here. You want to be on the podcast? Come on. Come here. He doesn't like me. Probably the coolest thing, honestly, in my opinion, is these are all samples brought by PDS customers to the show. And you can see the amazing variety of creations. I can't even think of a better word. These aren't all printed solely, but it's a combination of lasering, printing, engraving, all kinds of different. Someone's going to win this trophy right here and $1,000. You got to zoom. These shoes are amazing. So someone literally, from what I understand, they take them apart stitch by stitch. Oh, and then they print them. Yeah. So yeah, there's lenticular, and a really cool lenticular example coming up here that Shelby's going to, I don't know if you can capture it, but. Oh, I should have this. Best dad ever. Hats, 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 and more hats with patches. A skull. And that's it. UV Energize 2024.
So we are at UV Energize, and I'm standing here with Danielle Rich, who's been nice enough to join us in our booth this week. She's from Nick's Sensor, and you haven't been here before, right?
I have not.
No, so I wanted to get your impression of what this show is like, since we've been here 3 years. So
This show has been great. I was thankfully invited. I've enjoyed it, talking to a lot of customers. These customers are eager to learn and make their shops better. It's just a great and fun crowd.
what I love about this event that's put on by PDS Equipment, it's not huge. It's not like Pretty United, which we're going to in Las Vegas, which can be a little overwhelming. But it's a really tight community. You can see how everybody just wants to help each other out. The event is really centered on education.
It is. We've had samples and help customers directly. So it's really a hands-on approach to getting some color management skills and devices.
Yep. And we brought a bunch of Nick's minis with
Yes,
us, and we have all we have left is a Spectro L, I think.
Right,
We've sold out of everything. We gave one away, which was very. We appreciated you being able to do that. And it was nice to have you here too, so you could answer some of the more technical questions. We work with Nick's all the time, but sometimes there's just things that we don't know. So it was nice to have you here as a backup. It's been a really great show.
Yeah, well, more and more of this client base is doing digital color management versus visual, and it's great to see them actually putting these tools to use and have an ability to gain new customers and increase their revenue with these devices.
So I have one more question for you. If we ask you to come and help us next year, will you?
I would love to.
Awesome.
I would love to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I mentioned surprise interview, and we found Kelly Vaughn from the Firing Inc. Facebook group. And so we were just talking. You and your husband have a very successful technical writing. Did I get that right? Technical documentation business. And somehow you got into 2 lasers, and now you just bought a printer. You've been doing this for 2 years, right?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
And so, would you consider it a side hustle? Is that a fair?
At this point in time, yes. It is. It's a side hustle. It is a nice companion business to go along with our technical documentation business. It pairs really well together. But at this point in time, the printing and the lasering is very much a startup. It's like an incubator phase when compared with our primary business.
So can you compare because the feeling I got being in Fire and Ink, and I've only been in there about 2 months, is that you got the same sense of community in there that I feel at this event. You sense that too?
Yeah, the people are very, very helpful. There's people at all levels of their business and all level of their skill sets. And so there's a lot of the same questions that are kind of asked over and over again, but there's not like any kind of judgmentalism, because the people that have been in business and been lasering and printing for longer are helpful to the people that are new. And some people might come in with a lot of business experience and little to no print and laser experience. And some people are like rocking and rolling on their equipment and they have no business sense at all. And so it's interesting to see the difference of experience levels from the different aspects of running the business and the equipment.
All right, so if you're looking for a place on Facebook, because obviously UV Energize only happens once a year, year-round, there's a great group, and then Stephanie, who's the founder of that group, she does like a TikTok channel too, I think, and all kinds of educational videos. So it's called Fire and Ink on Facebook, and if you're a laser user or a UV printer user, they'll probably let you in. Just don't try and sell anything. So thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So we were mentioned in our intro that we were involved in the educational sessions here at UV Energize, put on by PDS Equipment. And on Tuesday, the very first thing I did was I was talking about how important color management settings were, and in the file creation and also in raster length RIP. And so I was telling them that if they set their RGB and CMYK color spaces correctly, they can make a huge difference in their color quality in their prints. So this is what's great about PDS's community. Someone actually came to me with a problem, and this is the problem. They're trying to print on this plastic case here, and their print was not approved by their client because this background here was too tan. She happens to live a couple hours away, so she went home last night, made the changes that I recommended in the classroom, came back to me with this print, and you can see that now it's gray. And the only thing she did was those color management changes, the settings. And now she's going to get an approval. And it's just really cool to see real world examples of color management working.